Jim Jarmusch is joining us here in the studio along with his stars. He's here with Tom Hiddleston and John Hurt. Thank you very much for coming to speak to us. We are also hoping that Tilda Swinton will be joining us. She should be here in a couple of seconds to talk about the film Only Lovers Left Alive. Here's Tilda. Please take a seat. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us, Tilda. So, Jim Jarmusch, you wanted to recount a love story or a vampire story?
It's really a love story. The vampire story is nice because it gives it this overview of time, but it's essentially a love story to me.
Une histoire d'amour
An eternal love story because they are vampires?
Possibly, if they're careful.
Tout à fait. Comment vous les voyez justement, ces vampires?
How do you see these vampires? Are they cultivated elite who live above the masses of merchants?
Non, vos vampires.
Your vampires, your own vampires.
Well, they are they're very sophisticated, but they're still intact with their kind of animal senses. So yes, they're very, very knowledgeable, very wise, very educated, very sophisticated, a little bit snobby as well, as one might if one had this much knowledge. But and they're a little wild, so yeah, they're contradictory. They're all those things, I guess.
Ça peut être une métaphore de l'artiste aujourd'hui.
It's perhaps a metaphor of the artist today.
Oh, those are your words, not mine. I don't know about that. Maybe for just human beings.
Oui, vous êtes des vampires, je suis un être humain. Donc
You're vampires, I'm a human being. Tilda, how did you see your character, or Tom and Tilda? Tilda, first of all.
Well, we are lovers. We are long lovers, and we are living long lives. And you know, just because you're different from someone doesn't mean you can't love them. They're very different, but they are a unit, and it's work having a long love over a long life. And I think we see the work of love and the kind of project of love in their life.
Tom?
Well, Adam and Eve have been around for a while, and they are very educated and well-read and literate in all things musical and scientific and natural. But more than anything, they are curious creatures who accept each other. And for me, the love story is about acceptance, a mutual acceptance of, as Jim and Tilda said, of contradiction and of their true nature.
Alors, ces amoureux ont des amis.
These lovers have friends, such as yourself, John Hurt. How do you see these characters in Jim Jarmusch's film? Use the micro. It works. Go ahead.
Oh, it's working. That's good.
Yes,
okay.
It's working.
Well, I'm here basically because I think Jim utterly believes in Christopher Marlowe.
Oui.
He believes that he wrote Shakespeare. He believes that he should be alive now. And I am.
Christopher Marlowe, c'est ce dramaturge élisabétain.
Christopher Marlowe is the Elizabethan writer. Where does your love for Marlowe come from?
Well, I think that one of the biggest scandals in literary history that someday may be divulged is that William Shakespeare didn't write anything. And there are a lot of us so-called anti-Stratfordians that don't believe this. They included Orson Welles and Sigmund Freud and Ralph Waldo Emerson and and John Hurt. John Gielgud. And now John Hurt as well. But so there are different theories of who wrote these things. One of them is very possible. It's possible that Christopher Marlowe's death was faked, his murder. But there's a lot of research showing this. But really, this idea of Shakespeare, it's not really important who wrote these beautiful things, but I think it's very interesting that they are assigned to someone that quite possibly was illiterate, William Shakespeare. It's very likely he could not even write. So someday maybe this will be revealed. I don't know. Maybe never.
Today.
Maybe today.
C'est le jour de la révélation sur la vérité.
Yes, perhaps today is the day that the truth about Shakespeare is revealed. It's mentioned in history books, of course. John Hurt, you want to add something?
It wouldn't be a revelation. This has been going on since the death of Shakespeare. But it has never been treated seriously, and particularly by the British. Because I think it would probably change the whole tourist industry. But so they find it difficult to take it seriously. But the Americans have taken it seriously for a long time now, have they not, Jim? Yeah? Yeah.
Some, yes, but that's very interesting. I didn't know John Gielgud was also
he was an Oxfordian.
Interesting.
Pourquoi avoir choisi des villes comme Tanger?
Why did you choose the cities of Detroit and Tangiers for your story?
Well, I don't want to analyze it too much. I don't know. They're both cities that I have a very deep. I don't know. They draw me to them in different ways. I have a very emotional connection to them both. So they sort of told me they wanted to be in this story rather than me choosing them. I don't really know how to explain it better than that.
Qu'est-ce qui vous plaît, vous, dans le cinéma de Jim Jarmusch?
And what do you like, Tilda, in Jim Jarmusch's films? Is it the stories? What is it that you like?
If anything.
I like Jim Jarmusch, for a start. I mean, he always felt like a friend of mine even before I ever met him. I think friendship has always been a really important bloodline in his work, and there's something about the nocturnal landscape which is so often there, this thing of humans glinting in the dark that I've always loved. It's always felt very familiar and very sort of a sensibility that I felt is very sort of sympathetic for me. But mainly, I love him. I think he is really, it's such an honor always to work with him, but to be in a love story by Jim, it's at last, Jim made a real love story about love, and it feels to me like he's always made love stories, but finally, I'm so proud to be able to be in it.
C'est vrai que c'est une belle histoire d'amour.
Indeed, it's a wonderful love story. How did he direct you, Tom? You hadn't met him before. How did he guide you before you played this role?
Well, the first time I met Jim, we met for a cup of tea in Soho in Manhattan. And it was a late November afternoon. And he said he didn't want me to read the script just yet, but he described Adam as like Hamlet, as might once have been played by Syd Barrett. And it made me laugh. And Jim says, from that day to this, that's when he knew we were on. But more than anything, what I love about Jim's films, and what I was so thrilled about working with him is there is so much wisdom and joy and curiosity and learning in him, which he's very modest about. And just living alongside his view on the world was humbling for me, because I've seen less and I know less. But and the same with Tilda. These are great cinematic artists for me. So it was a pleasure and an honor from start to finish. And I found Jim's direction very, very refined, and restrained.
Raffiné.
And strange.
Strange.
I'm so honored to hear what they say. I don't know what to say. It's my honor to work with Tilda and Tom and John. I can't believe I had this wonderful chance, you know. So to hear them say these things, I'm getting really embarrassed. I'm going to leave. So.
Je sais pas si vous avez Je sais pas si vous avez quelque chose d'un
I don't know if there's anything of the vampire in you. You're like Dorian Gray, because year after year I come back and you never change. You're an eternal young man, and your films have that eternal youth about them also. What's your secret?
I just wanted to say that I was thinking if we make Jim blush, maybe his hair will go pink.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian vampire, I guess. I suck the blood of plants. I don't know.
Ah, c'est peut-être ça le secret. Merci beaucoup.
So that's your secret. Thank you very much, Jim, for coming in and for all the humour in the film and all of the different quotes which people will be living on. Thank you, Tilda, Tom.